Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. We have the global data download which happened last night. We got a lot of stuff to talk about with global Dokkan. I think I'm probably gonna make a tweet. And I would just like to get people's thoughts. I mean, I guess like kind of like the community reaction thing is something that happens so often, but I really would like to see, you know, people give your thoughts on like what about is it? I mean, obviously, like the sync and stuff like that, we got it. But Amatsu, I'm gonna make a tweet and I'll do a video. We'll just kind of like get some people's opinions and thoughts about all this just right there directly on it. We'll go through stuff. So again, there's a global data download last night. There's very few things here, but we could talk about what's going to happen basically over the next week and a half. I mean, yeah, damn, because the next DOKKANFEST for global is essentially going to be 2 weeks away. I mean, for JP, they're getting their DOKKANFEST in here, and global should be getting the DOKKANFEST probably the 1st to the 4th in this range. We'll go over it. I've got the stuff here. All right, so we have the data download here for December 22nd. Super Battle Road stage, Dragon Ball Seekers only. One thing I've seen people say, and I would agree with it, is that it did feel like, I don't know, like every celebration they drop one of these Super Battle Road stages, it just felt better when they dropped 10 at once, right? And it's like back then, it's like you would get the LR and stuff like that, but like, you know, it's not really what happens anymore where you get like the free-to-play LR, they drop the 10 stages, it feels like there's a lot of content, a lot of stuff to do. There's just kind of like one stage per celebration. I don't know, just because it just feels like you just, maybe it's because Super Battle Road stages just aren't as tough these days. Like, we just kind of jump in and destroy the stage and GG, that's it, all right? Like, Super Battle Road stages can't really compete anymore with, you know, kind of like the next wave of content that has come, like Red Zone and stuff like that. We have the new stage added to the GTEZ area. That's for this Vegeta. This Vegeta is actually really good. I would not sleep on him. I think he's a fairly competent character for a free-to-play character. So we have the Dragon Ball Seeker, Super Battle Road stage. I don't know that I even really need to talk about this. I mean, you just rock Ginyu Force. I don't know. There's a lot of different ways to destroy that, right? So we could talk about this Vegeta right here. Again, I actually think that this guy is pretty good for a free-to-play character, right? Like, you know, he's guarding when HP's 50% or more, and if you're under 50%, you're going into a Great Ape transformation, which, you know, you guys know how strong that is, removing boss abilities from play. You know, giant transformations can be really good. So, like, this is an example to me of a good free-to-play character, right? Like, if you want to see, like, what type of abilities they might have, like, what is it that makes a free-to-play character good? This GT Vegeta absolutely will qualify for that. I just used this guy in the recent support memory event, and he certainly did feel like he did even pretty good in there, right? Like, I like this guy. I think he's a very solid character. So we have that. Then, yep, still has medals. We have the Frosty Miracle Ticket. Now, what this is going to be here, so here, of course, is the Global Producers Letter that came out last night. Here, we don't need to hear Amatsu talking. Yeah, the Frosty Miracle Dokkan Fest, which begins on the 24th, which, of course, is for this. This is the Tanabata banner. I am very thankful that, like, the global sync, like, we are, you know, even though it's not imminent, like within the next couple of weeks or couple of months, something like that, every day does bring us closer to the sync, right? The days of like I mean, dude, I'm not rubbing it in global players, but like, dude, dog, this shit came out in July on JP. Like, it has been unacceptable that global is months behind since day one. This is not new. God, this so tires. Like, I know people will say, like, oh, like, I like to be able to save the stones, and oh, it's so good. Like, people see the upcoming slate of, like, relatively boring characters come in, they're like, oh my god, this is a mega dub, because I could just skip all these banners, skip, and save all my stones. But number one, most of y'all can't actually do that. Y'all do not have the self-control to actually save stones. Let's be serious for 2 seconds, okay? All right, some of y'all can pull up, with the receipts, with the screenshot, quote me, and you've got, 2,500 stones ready for Sunday or something like that. W. Incredible. But a lot of y'all are guilty as charged on, you got 5 stones, you're doing a single. You are naughty. But like, it's just, it's a bummer, right? To have all these kind of like very unhype releases coming, and it's just not like they're not good and they're not hype. And, this is why it's good to have the peaks and valleys, as I've explained many times, which when those came out on JP, they were peaks and valleys, right? Because it's like, we get LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku is very hype. Then, Omega was, fitting in that celebration of Super Saiyan 4 Goku, it certainly worked. And then Super Trunks is a little bit lower, but it's like we just came off of the hype. And then we go back up. Oh, damn, Vegito Blue, Dokkan original animations. And then we got like 17, 18, and Ribrian and stuff like that. But it's not just like consecutively. That's a problem, right? Like, Global badly needs a Goku, right? Like, New Year's being synced would have been very good for Global, actually. Because, you could have had DRAGONFEST and Hirudegarn, then they could have done, like, 17 and 18 and Ribrian and stuff like that, Gohan and Piccolo. You could have had Saiyan Day again for a little pop of hype, and then you could go back down, right? Like, it's important to have the peaks and valleys. Like, you don't want to just have the valleys for, like, a month straight, and that's what's coming. Now, if you guys are thinking, should I summon on this banner? I would say hell no. Absolutely hell no. But, I mean, dude, there's nothing good coming for months. You can summon a 17, 18, Gohan and Piccolo. Like, Ribrian. Like, they're all just, like, mid characters, right? Like, they're all just mid. I'm not... Like, at this point, am I grabbing Super Trunks by his neck to call him bad? Like, nah, man. Like, they're all just mid. Like, they're not anything worth like even talking about at this point, right? Like, we're past that. We're moving into the 9th year of Dokkan. Hopefully the savior Beast Gohan is coming soon. We'll see. So I don't know. I'd recommend again not summoning on this, but if you guys do summon, I mean, whatever. The next like big banner that I think would get butts in seats for Global would be Saiyan Day, March 18th, right? I would expect the schedule would look something like Super Trunks in here. I think it will be Super Trunks, by the way, not 17 and 18, because they have their Part 2 LR Ribrian, which fits perfectly in February, and then Super Trunks does not have a Part 2, so you can just slide in kind of like Omega, who's just kind of in limbo right in, behind. So, like, Trunks would come out, like, on the 3rd. Omega, I think, would be like the 20th or something like that. I believe 17, 18 should be somewhere between like the 29th to the 2nd in this range. Ribrian should show up maybe like the 14, 15, 16, something like that. Gohan and Piccolo will be right there at the 1st of March. And then obviously Saiyan Day would be its own sort of like DOKKANFEST and stuff like that. So that's kind of like what we're expecting to see over the next couple of weeks here. Now, if we take a look, the reason, again, I'm anticipating, like, Global's next DOKKANFEST to be at the start of January is this is what we've had several years in a row, right? Like, here's Angel Golden Frieza, who is January 4th, right? Super Vegeta was January 3rd. Now, remember, this New Year's last year, like, Global got it at the same time, Beast and Orange Piccolo. I do think that was a very good decision to just drop them simultaneously on both versions at the same time and not have Global wait for it. I think that was a very good idea. But that kind of threw Global off what is their normal schedule, right? 22, again, Global didn't have a first week of January DOKKANFEST in 2023 because they had gotten the dual DOKKANFEST, right, what was it, the 28th or whatever it was? So I'm expecting, again, Trunks right here to come out sometime on, like, a similar day as these guys, like the 3rd or the 4th or something like that. That's when Super Trunks actually should be releasing on Global. So, yeah. This is the content for the next week on Global. Kind of tough here. Kind of unfortunate. Again, we've already gone over the, producer's letter and stuff like that. I mean, eventually Chain Battle is going to get taken down. Global's going to have its anniversary in July, like usual. This update should be coming to Global in February, which means JP should be getting it in January. So, I mean, that's one good thing. I mean, is we'll know what, like, the parameters of this update are going to be soon. This is going to be coming soon. The pre-anniversary update on JP. So, let me know what you guys think of everything. The global data download, the global shenanigans. Again, I know that there is sadness, frustration, but remember, every day, this is true. What I'm about to say is true. Every day, does bring us closer to the global sync. Every day, we are 1 day closer. Just remember, every day, 1 day closer.